to take care of a few other things. So I'm a little late getting back to this. So we are going to, I think I made up the decision to go ahead and wait to put the oil in it and start it up until tomorrow, and that will allow that RTV to the silicone to set up completely and you know, just minimize our chances of having any leaks. So I think we're gonna go ahead and I don't think I bolted. No, I didn't bolt those up yet. So let me, yeah, here they are. So let me go ahead and we'll bolt these up. You can see the frame over here looks good. In good shape. So we'll do stuff like this, get motor mounts bolted back up, tighten up the other side, and the ground terminal, connect that up, and it looks like it's got a new starter, new-ish. It's going to be fun getting the torque converter back, or the torque converter, the back part goes on fine. The front part, the torque converter cover, is a pain to get in here. Just not much room for it. Pretty sure I'll tighten the oil plug. We will double check it. I'm pretty good about not just starting oil plugs. It's kind of some good advice. If you thread it in, go ahead and tighten it. Don't ever just hand tighten it and with the intention of coming back later and tightening it down. If you start it in the oil pan or crankcase or wherever, whatever the oil drain is attached to, if it's a car or bike, whatever, if you start it in there, if you thread it in, you go ahead and you tighten it. That's just a really good habit to get into, because you definitely don't. That way, if you look at it, of course, I guess I kind of second guessed myself that time, but if you look at it, you can be fairly certain that you didn't just start it, you went ahead and tightened it down. So this is going to need to go up against the frame, clear that cover. Alright, so these I think go in here. Probably the ground first. There. I'll grab a tie wrap. Tie wrap them over here like they were. Don't know if that's factory, but it looks like a good idea. do they have it? Right here, I think. There, should be good. And I went ahead off camera, I tightened this clamp up. So our cooling system is back together. Let's think. I don't think we need to check the thermostat. I saw coolant circulating, so I think the thermostat's good. We'll leave it alone for now. I guess I could go ahead and tighten the plugs up. Grab the plugs out. Get a wrench and we'll do that. Alright, so I'm going to position y'all up. I'm going to do this, but I'm not going to connect the actual plug wires until I put oil in it. I'm not putting oil in it until in the morning. I want to make sure I don't accidentally, or somebody doesn't accidentally try to start this thing up because it's got no oil in it. So we're going to we'll tighten the plugs down, but we will not put the plug wires on until in the morning. And no need to go crazy on spark plug torque. And I always like to hand tighten first. Take your socket and get in there and just get them started and run them up, just to make sure you don't have them cross-threaded. You do not want to cross-thread in aluminum. Well, you don't want to cross-thread in anything, but definitely not aluminum. Cross-thread it easy. I don't know if these have, if there are aluminum threads on these or not. My spark plug looks like it got stuck. I think it had it pinched itself. When the once again, it pinched itself. What it's doing is it's slipping down too far on the plug, and as the plug tightens down, it's kind of wedging itself. You need to slip it up on the, there we go. So we are not going to put the plug wires on yet. So we're kind of at a stopping place for today. So I don't know if y'all will pick back up on this on a second part, or a third or fourth or fifth part, or if we will continue on. But I'm stopping for tonight, continue in the morning.
I've filled it up with oil, and I hooked the spark plugs back up, topped off the water. It looked really strong antifreeze before, really strong dilution, or really strong percentage of antifreeze to water. And so I just put water in it. We'll see what it looks like. If it looks a little weak, we will drain some out and top it off with some antifreeze. I do have some somewhere right up there. So we got all of our stuff here. Let's see if it'll crank up. Might have to choke it. I'll give it some gas. Pop out again? Yeah. Yep. Fix this throttle cable. Choke it. Where's the choke? Come on. Move this choke cable. There you go. Well, this definitely sounds smoother. It's unchoked now. Yeah, it definitely was missing before. It was not this smooth. Definitely had a thud to it. You know, that one cylinder hitting. Oh, let's look on the other side, see what we got. Not seeing any oil leaks yet. Definitely smell the stuff burning off the exhaust. Let's see what the coolant looks like. A few bubbles coming up, but not bad. I don't think that's bubbles from head gasket or anything. I think that's just from air bubbles coming out of the cooling system. We'll leave that off for a little bit and let it kind of circulate and the air get out of the system. You can see it's still fairly green. Cap on it now. One cylinder that hasn't run in no telling how long. A little smoky. I'm gonna go wire the fan to be on. We got that bad fan split, so let me wire it up and let me have it on all the time right now. After it ran a little bit, it cleared up. I think that one cylinder was just, it hadn't run it so long. It probably had a bunch of carbon and stuff in it, which may be why the compressor was so high on it. I've got the fan switch just jumpered, so the fan's blowing all the time. I need to put it on a toggle switch. I did order a switch. It'll be here tomorrow. So I'll put that in tomorrow, but we've got it running. I should go get my infrared thermometer and check around, but the cooling pipes are definitely transferring heat, and you feel the air blowing from the fan. It's warm, so it's definitely moving heat through, or moving heat through the radiator. All right, so it's cooled down for a little bit. Time to gonna get everything on here. I did not find a gasket listed for this cover. Obviously it looks like it was supposed to have one, I guess, but I guess it was doing fine without one. And I don't plan on having this thing in deep water or anything, so I guess we'll just leave it without one. This cover goes on like this, and there's a spacer, and I need to figure out which one the spacer goes in because it just fell out. There's a spacer right here. So what we need to do is look and see where this falls and figure out where the spacer goes. So it doesn't go there, it doesn't go there. Let's see. Looks like it probably goes right here. Definitely one there. Let's make sure there's not supposed to be one somewhere else. So we got a bolt that goes here, and it's up against the block. One that goes here, and that's up against the block. This one is not. This one's up against. This one's up against. That one's up against, and that one. So this is the only one that takes a spacer. So let's get these bolts out. Let's see, how many bolts? These I think had washers. Let's see. Those 1, 2, 3, 4 still have the washers on them. These 3 do not. So I've got 3 here that do not have washers. This one's a long one, so I guess that's where the spacer goes. Yep, that one goes there. See, it's got a groove like there's supposed to be a gasket in there, but there was not one in it. And I cannot find one listed for it. Maybe I missed it. I can't remember. I looked. I don't remember seeing one. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. We might just put a thin layer of silicone around it. 2, 3. At least keep the dust out of it. Like I said, I don't plan on having this thing in deep water or anything, so I don't think that's an issue. Some little surface rust popping up on here. Transmission feels nice and smooth. Alright, I'm going to run these up real quick by hand.
you love when fasteners go in so easy. You can just run them up all the way by hand. You didn't even chase the threads or anything. Alright, that looks like a 10 millimeter. And what did I do with my 10 millimeter? Put it over here on the other side. Well, the ratchet's over here. And I think that ratchet is what I'm